If you're new here, this is one of our Monday mini episodes, short, data-focused recaps of the most recent public Texas Longhorn consignment sale. Our regular, full-length episodes dive into ranch stories, breeding insights, and interviews, so be sure to explore those as well.
If you're wanting to learn more about pricing and trends in the Texas Longhorn market, you'll want to tune in to today's episode. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Molly, and we're the owners of Hired Hand Software and Hired Hand Live.
Each Monday, we break down the numbers from the past weekend sale, online and in-person averages, high sellers, bidding trends, and what the data tells us about the current Longhorn market.
Let's take a quick look at what happened this weekend.
In today's Monday Mini, we're recapping the 2026 Texas Longhorn Legacy Sale from March 13th and 14th in Grapevine, breaking down the most viewed animals, top sellers both online and in person, and overall activity on Hired Hand Live.
Before we dive in, just a quick note that From the Pasture now has a new dedicated social accounts throughout Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, separate from our Hired Hand Live and Hired Hand websites pages. So be sure to follow along there so you don't miss anything we're sharing related to our podcast.
One of our favorite parts of every sale recap is hearing from you, the buyers, sellers, and Longhorn fans who make this weekend special. Whether you are in Grapevine or following along on Hired Hand Live, your messages always deliver. If you'd like to hear your sale feedback shared on future recaps, you can join our text list by texting website to 888-700-8131 and replying to our post-sale prompts. Let's share a few of our favorite moments from the Legacy Sale.
The first message we received said, "Great event. We had the best time seeing old friends and making new ones. Great sale with amazing cattle. Can't wait until next year."
And our next one is from Ron Baca, who said he had a blast, it was a great sale, and they were able to pick up a few great cows.
Our last two comments, one said, "Wonderful sale," and the other said, "How warm and welcoming staff was to a total newcomer to the Longhorn community."
Now that we've shared your highlights, let's turn to the numbers. The Texas Longhorn Legacy Sale delivered strong engagement both in the ring and online, and the data tells the story. From the sale averages to total views and activity on hiredhandlive.com.
There were 68 lots sold in this sale. The unofficial total was $1,206,050, while the unofficial average was $17,736. The internet-only average was $11,992.
As the second sale of 2026 in our Hired Hand Live Trends and Averages series, the year-to-date average now sits at $13,593, and the internet-only average sits at $9,614.
There were right around 39,200 views of consignments online and 126 registered internet bidders for this sale.
The most viewed lot after the sale was lot H22, 2 dozen black roses, consigned by Grove Cattle Company with 2,200 hits. The first most viewed before the sale was 1,994 views.
Now that we've covered the overall stats, let's spotlight the top 5 in-person sales from the Texas Longhorn Legacy Sale. These consignments drew serious attention and left Grapevine with excited new owners.
Coming in at number 5 was lot 32, Stars in Motion, consigned by Diamond B Longhorns, who sold for $49,000 to Jared Ramsey.
The fourth highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot number 1, GLH Houdini's Rosemary Embryo Choice Lot, consigned by the Kraft, Floyd, Phillip, Hengler Partnership, and that embryo sold for $51,000 to Robert Floyd.
The third highest selling lot to an in-person buyer was lot 10, 20 Roses, consigned by Bull Creek Longhorns, who sold for $52,000 to Glenn Dennings.
Runner-up for an in-person buyer was Lot 22, Native Dreams, consigned by Hoosier Longhorns, selling for $57,000 to RTG Ranch.
The number 1 selling lot to an in-person buyer was Lot 6, HL Heads Up by 3S Danica Heifer Calf, consigned by Lucky Mountain Ranch. She sold for $75,000 to Buxton Longhorns, and was also the 4th most viewed before the sale.
Here are the sales comments from the highest selling in-person lot, lot number 6. 10 years ago, 3S Danica made her mark on the industry, shattering a previous sales record and topping the legacy sale at a whopping $380,000. Since then, she has gone on to continue her status as one of the breed's best females by more than just horn, by her outstanding production. Her first calf and only daughter to sell, TCC Danny, brought $110,000. Her granddaughter, Danny Fabulosa, sold for $57,000 at just 6 months old, and LM, Danny's Reflection, brought $52,000. Cyclone LM, a grandson, brought $62,000 at auction. Not to mention her grandson, Marlboro Man LM, is this year's Legacy Spotlight Bull, on his way to passing the 90-inch mark. The next step is taking the legendary production on 3S Danica and pairing that with HL Heads Up, who is one of the top producing bulls in our industry, with unborn calves selling as cash cows. You take the best and breed them to the best. This heifer is a game-changing offering 10 years in the making at Lucky Mountain Ranch. The calves are due early March and should be on the ground come sale time.
After the in-person highlights, let's talk about the online bidding. We'd like to thank the host of the Texas Longhorn Legacy Sale for trusting Hired Hand Live to connect buyers from across the country. Here are the top 5 animals sold through internet bidding.
For the 5th highest selling online lot, we actually have a tie. The tie is between lot number 43, HBR Diamond, consigned by Home Branch Ranch, who sold for $6,500 to John Chelpak, and lot number 45, Clark Ariel CDC, who was consigned by Circle Double C Ranch, who also sold for $65,000 to the same Mr. John Chelpak.
The 4th highest selling lot to an online buyer was lot H19 BG Gemstone, consigned by Buffalo Gap Longhorns. She sold for $13,000 to Brittany Fellows.
3rd highest selling lot on Hired Hand Live was H24 Tough Mint LP, consigned by Lonesome Pines Ranch, selling for $20,000 to Jose Cordoza.
The 2nd highest selling lot was also a tie. It was between lot H21 M7 Fancy Misty, consigned by M7 Longhorns. She sold for $28,000 to Karen Allen. And the tie was lot H7 Minder Biscuits, consigned by Shine and Penny Pasture, sold for $28,000 to Jose Cardoso.
And topping out the online sales was lot 17, BR Nova Scotia, consigned by New Age Cattle Company. She sold for $41,000 over Hired Hand Live to Kathy Hawk. Here are the sale catalog comments from the high-selling online lot number 17. BR Nova Scotia was born on 9/7/2019. This female has it all and a production record on top of it. She had a 4-month-old heifer sired by BR Real Deal bring $13,500 at 4 months old, and a 2-year-old son sell for $60,000. She breeds back on the first cycle every year from calving. To celebrate the 10th anniversary of Danica selling for $280,000, we have bred her to Rattler, who is Hydro by TCC Danny, bringing in 3 over 100-inch cows in the maternal line. This calf will be one to build an entire program around.
Thank you to all of the internet bidders and buyers. With the top online sales covered, let's take a look at the impact of the internet bidding. Hired Hand Live connected buyers and sellers from everywhere, and the numbers from the Texas Longhorn Legacy Sale show just how strong that reach was.
There was $167,900 value added through internet bidding. There were 382 online bids. 14 lots sold online to 7 different online buyers. With this sale taking place in Grapevine, Texas, our furthest internet buyer was in Brazil, roughly 3,400 miles away from where the sale was held.
Looking ahead, our next stop with Hired Hand Live is the Texas Treasure Sale, which takes place on March 27th and 28th in Fredericksburg, Texas. We'll be releasing a special pre-sale podcast on Tuesday, March 24th, featuring the sale hosts and everything you need to know before sale day.
And that wraps up our Texas Longhorn Legacy post-sale recap. Thanks for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming sales, stats, and stories from the Pasture with Hired Hand. Until next time, whether you're hauling down the highway or bidding online, travel safe, enjoy the memories made each sale weekend, and we'll see you at the next one.